We're going to explain how to prevent your console window from automatically closing after your C/C++ program finishes running in Visual Studio. This is a common problem for beginners. There are several ways to solve this, and we'll cover the simplest and most effective methods. First, the simplest approach involves using a system-specific function to pause execution until the user interacts. 1. For Windows, you can use the system pause function. This function essentially calls the pause command in your Windows command prompt, which waits for a key press before closing the window. Just add this line at the end of your main function, right before the return 0 statement. Remember to include the right single quote stdlib.h right single quote header file, because system is declared in it. Example, hash include stdlib.h right single quote comma int main / your code here, system pause, return 0. 2. While system pause works well, it's not considered the most portable solution. A more cross-platform approach involves using a similar method, but reading a character from the standard input stream directly. 3. This method is platform independent and involves reading a character using getchar from the standard input stdin. So you'd add getchar right before return 0. This will wait for the user to press any key before returning from your main function. Remember to include right single quotes tdo.h right single quote for the getchar function. This is generally preferred over system pause because it's cleaner and more portable, meaning your code should work across different operating systems with minimal modification. 4. An alternative solution which is particularly useful for debugging purposes involves setting a breakpoint in your code. In Visual Studio, you can set a breakpoint by clicking in the gray margin to the left of the line number where you want the execution to halt. When your program reaches this breakpoint, it will pause execution, allowing you to inspect variables, step through your code line by line, and understand the program's behavior. This is not a method to permanently prevent the window from closing, but is extremely valuable during the development process. 5. For more complex applications, you might consider using a debugger to keep the console window open after the program finishes running. Debuggers often provide options to keep the console window open even when your program's main function completes successfully. To use a debugger, you need to start your program in debug mode through Visual Studio. In summary, the simplest approach is usually adding system pause before your return statement, but for better portability and cleaner code, getchar is recommended. Using the debugger is a helpful tool for debugging, but not a direct solution to keeping the console window open after program execution. Choose the method that suits your needs and coding style.